Greetings, mortals. I'm Sheogorath, Prince of Madness, God of Chaos, and other things. I'm not talking about them. What I will talk about are my guests for this episode of Irrelevant Interviews Online. Entertain me, mortals!
Hi.
Hey.
Hello.
This is my first international episode, so not even I know what's gonna go on this show. We were supposed to have one more guest. He canceled on me at the last minute. I wasn't able to fill up that space, so we're all that you got today. I'm gonna get started with. I'm very bad at introductions, so we'll get to know each other as we go. I'm gonna start
All
with
right. Got it.
Hiccup. Tell me, what was the last cosplay you brought to a convention?
The last cosplay I brought to a convention, that would be, do you know the game Genshin Impact? There is this character called Xiao, and I brought that.
Can I see a picture of it?
I don't know if I can show it here. I have no idea.
Cell phone. Oh,
I think she's using her phone.
I will.
Yeah,
as a
I'm
camera.
using my phone, so I can't really show it.
I'm gonna stalk you later then.
Well, all right.
I want to see it too.
Yes.
I'm using the free version of StreamYard, so I think it's not able to share the screen of a guest.
I don't think so.
Too
No.
bad.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't. Let me see if I can. I don't have any sponsors, but you get my PayPal there if you want to make any donations. So, what's the most memorable moment playing Genshin Impact that it made you make a cosplay of it?
Well, actually, I didn't decide to cosplay Xiao myself. That was my friend who was like, you need to do this, and you need to do it right now. And I was just standing there in the corner like, yeah, that sounds like a perfect idea. Why not? So that's what we did. She did promise me a Venti cosplay, though, so I'm still waiting on that.
Mm.
But yeah, the character himself is really nice. I really like him a lot, especially because he's like cooking his tedious. I really hate the way that was like, mood.
Have you taken part in cosplay contests?
Quite a few. Not with that cosplay.
What's the funniest thing you remember doing during a cosplay contest?
Oh dear. I fell on stage.
Oh no.
And it looked so in character that nobody noticed.
Amazing.
You say that
That's
you
pretty
fell
amazing.
on stage, but I have thrown a friend of mine off the stage.
I haven't done that.
Uh-huh.
I'm being nice to people on stage, except myself.
I don't know how that works.
Well, it was basically my ego and like, do you want to see something really funny? And then I fell because it kind of just decided not to work.
I
It
see.
was very graceful. One of the people behind me was also falling, so it really looked very coordinated.
No one noticed?
No one know. Yeah, well, people did notice, but it looked so in character. People were like, oh, well, that's fun. Okay.
Amazing.
One more question. If you were a pizza, how much tomato would you have?
All of it.
All of it. What type of tomato? Sliced tomato in sauce, or how?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
I like your way of thinking. Last question for this round with Hiccup. What's your opinion about the price increase of vegan chicken salad with mayonnaise?
I have no idea. I mean, I work with chickens. Is that good enough?
Are they vegan?
My chickens, no.
Then the answer is maybe.
Yeah. Well.
How do you pronounce your nickname? Athene, Athene, Athena,
Athene.
Athena, Athene.
Whatever. Anything goes.
Athene, anything goes, Angelis.
Exactly.
Great. What was the last cosplay you brought to a convention?
Well, it was a Mandalorian original character, so it was based on Mandalorian, but it was like my own creation. Don't know if you call that a cosplay, but I guess so. Yeah.
An OC.
Yeah. So just stealing a bit from here and there and taking ideas from people and then mixing it, and you have your own Mandalorian.
I'm gonna go with yes. What's your most memorable moment of Star Wars?
Oh my God, there are a lot of memorable moments. But I mean, for me, it's always the moment where Luke, I'm your father.
Oh.
No, I am your father.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it goes. Yeah. Classic moment.
Yes. Have you taken part in cosplay contests?
Yes, also quite a few, but not with that costume. No.
It doesn't matter with which costume. What's the funniest moment? What the funniest thing you remember during a cosplay contest?
In one of the contests, I was with a friend, and we just had this row of really bad jokes, and we just improvised a lot. But I think people find it really funny, and we were just laughing all the time because it was so random. But it was pretty cool.
It's what they call an improvisation catch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Now tell me, if you were a pizza, how much cheese would you have?
A lot of cheese.
What type of cheese?
Oh,
I know the Swiss have many types of cheese.
Yeah, maybe mozzarella, gorgonzola, and feta, and Emmentaler. Maybe
Stop
not.
it! You're making me hungry.
All the cheese.
One last question for this round. How many cosplayers does it take to change a light bulb?
0.
0. So they play in the dark?
Yeah. We don't need any light because we shine anyway.
That's a brilliant answer.
It's a good question.
Diani.
Yes, sir.
What's the last cosplay you've brought to a convention?
It was 2 years ago. I wore Junko Noshima's cosplay, and I lost it, actually. I think I left it in the convention. I was trying to...
Who loses a cosplay?
This girl right here. And I was like, hey, I want to take pictures with it. And I searched for it everywhere. It never appeared. And yes, it still hurts me. So
I don't usually ask about money, about how much did it cost, so I'm not going to ask this time.
Thank you.
What was the source material of your character again?
My what?
The name of your cosplay?
This one or the one I lost?
The one you lost.
It was from Danganronpa.
Danganronpa. That's a game, right?
Yes, it's like a murder game in a high school. So I don't know if you girls know about it.
I don't.
I do.
Yay!
She does. What's your most memorable moment of Danganronpa?
First of all, before playing the game, I watched the anime. And I think it was when actually Junko Noshima, how can I say this without saying spoilers? Well, she dies and she was like my favorite character and the reason why I started watching the series. But then there's like a huge plot twist almost at the end of the series and the game. And that was like, oh, look who's back. So spoiler alert. A little bit late, but
Have you taken part in cosplay contests?
never.
Are you planning to?
I don't think so. I'm too shy for it.
Now there are online contests and all.
Really? I had no
Yeah.
idea.
Next December, there's one. 11th of December.
In Costa Rica?
Yes.
Well,
I'll let
me
you know. I'll let you know the details
Okay.
after the show.
Thank you. Yes.
You
So
can
where are you
even you can
from?
even record a 1-minute video, so you don't have to perform live.
That's cool.
Yes, I'm having in mind. But
It's a
let's
small-
talk about prices. No, I'm kidding.
It's a small contest. The highest price is $100.
Not bad, I mean.
You can pay
Better
for
than
half your
nothing.
costume, maybe.
Yes, at least for the next cosplay.
Mm-hmm. So, what's the funniest thing you remember during a cosplay convention?
I think you were part of it. When everybody started like dancing the Macarena in the middle of
No, we were dancing the conga.
the conga, sorry, my bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And it was like a huge line of cosplayers and everybody dancing the conga. That was hilarious.
Yeah, that was in 2013. We were dressed as shy guys from Mario, and everyone started following us doing the conga.
Wow.
It was all like pretty normal here that the shy guys or the Deadpool people were the ones in charge of entertaining the guests, entertaining the cosplayers.
Animating the audience.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I know there was a reason why I needed to bring a local cosplayer with me. Not only because I was intimidated by Europeans, but
What? I'm not scary.
Where are you girls from, actually? I had no idea.
I'm from Denmark.
Mm.
I'm from Switzerland. With the cheese.
I've
that
never-
wasn't planned. I was just reading my list of questions, and it happened to be you, the one with the cheese question.
It was fate.
It was fate.
It fit quite well.
No, you remember the cards that I posted on Instagram with your photos? I really was considering to switch the shield and the sword with, in your case, with a Lego and a Viking helmet.
Awkwardly fitting. That would have been nice. I should have worn my Hiccup cosplay for that then. Which is funny because that's also my name.
Indeed. Diani, if you were a pizza, would you be Italian, Hawaiian, or what?
I would be a margarita, like plain, normal pizza, like vanilla ice cream, basic, but still good. So yes,
I like pizza with tomato slices.
I think margarita has, so that's
That's why I mention it.
nice. And I think it has like, I forgot the name of these green leaves.
Basil?
Basil.
Aha, basil. Yes. Awesome.
Diani, one last question of this round. How many light bulbs does it take to change a cat?
I don't even know what to answer. Like,
You know, you're lying to me.
how many light bulbs do you need to change a cat?
Don't say
We
you don't
can
know.
ask this one.
Oh yes, please answer this question for me.
How cute.
Oh,
All
he's
right,
so
Joey,
cute.
answer the question.
I think he's
Oh,
like
it's a
more
closely
with
guarded
you.
secret, apparently.
Whispering the answer.
He's just sitting here like, can I eat this?
That's your answer, Diamonds.
Okay,
Cat.
good enough.
The answer is
The answer is cat.
oh, so cute. It's so fluffy.
You can just see him. This is Joey, by the way. He's my cosplay assistant. He checks all of my my fabrics by laying on them.
Hey, Joy, nice to meet you.
Super cute.
A few episodes back, someone suggested me to make a small section of quick questions, Boolean questions. So you only need to say yes or no. I'm going to ask you 10 questions and you at the same time may answer. So question 1, can you use a sewing machine?
Yes.
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 Question 2, have you made armors?
I
Yes.
tried.
Yes.
Question 3, do you like acting?
Yes.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Not
There's
so.
no silence.
Kind of shy.
No, it's actually really hard for me to stay like in characters.
Mhm.
Yeah. Same.
Okay. Question 4, have you used your own hair for a cosplay?
Yes.
Yes.
You don't seem very happy about it.
It was my very first one.
Mhm.
Yeah, I just didn't have a wig that was fitting, so I just bleached my hair and then I went with that. It wasn't my proudest moment.
I believe wigs were more difficult to find back then.
Oh yeah.
10 years ago, 10 plus
Yeah.
years.
Yes, and I needed a really specific blonde, and there was no wig in that length and color, so I just tried to make it somehow.
So question 5. If a ninja falls off a tree and there's no one around to hear it, does it still make a sound?
It's a new
No.
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 So it's a ninja. If it makes a sound, it's not a ninja. It's a
Exactly.
imposter.
Exactly.
Makes sense.
That's us.
Question 6. If I own 2 pink giraffes, will I be forced to take harmonica lessons?
Cheese.
Cheese. Athene? I think I broke her.
Oh no, can we fix her?
I'm overwhelmed by this question. I say yes.
I'm gonna call the animal center, like.
You're calling the
concerned.
WWF. You're bringing PETA on me. Question 7. If you were a forest psychologist, would you practice vegetarianism?
No.
No.
You don't need your customers.
No.
Question 8. Do you think Kirby has any teeth?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
No.
I don't even want to imagine it. Like.
That would look weird, right?
Yes. Like.
Yeah.
Like visible.
Oh, kind of like that Sonic when the first the Sonic movie with the first
Ah.
one with the human teeth. This is too far down there. scary road. And I mean, oh,
I actually saw once a picture of Kirby where he removed his shoes and he had like normal feet, and it was so
no.
it was so weird.
Oh no.
Question 9. Have you ever been interviewed by a cosplayer other than me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
I think so. Yes.
You think so? Let's go with yes. Okay. Usually there are 10 questions, but I removed the last one because I really want to ask individually each of you. I'm going to start again with Hiccup. What's the farthest from home you've ever been in cosplay?
The Netherlands, actually. I was in
Netherlands.
the Clara Cow Cosplay Cup competition,
Oh yay.
representing Denmark with Frozen because reasons.
Nice. Athene?
For me, it was Germany. I think it was actually Leipzig, where we met. We met in Leipzig, right?
We met in Leipzig. Yeah.
So that was the one.
Yeah, I don't have such a bad memory. I remember that. I still have a picture. By the way, remember what I told you about that picture? That I really wanted to take a picture with you because you really impacted me. And then a friend of mine saw that picture and she said, I want to make that cosplay as cool, just as cool as hers. Well, guess who's that friend?
Oh, really?
Remember your Palutena cosplay, Diani?
Yes.
I'm flattered.
I am your fan.
I was about to throw it away because I thought
No,
it's just
come
not
on.
good.
Actually, we have had like a pending Smash Bros. Photo set for so long, and well, me wearing the Palutena cosplay that I did thanks to you. So yes.
That means a lot.
Yes.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
And nice to meet everyone here.
Yes. Mhm.
Diani, you haven't answered my question. Or...
No, I have never left the country for cosplay reasons, or I have never cosplayed abroad.
Okay.
Yet.
If you
That
need
was
to
a good
know
one.
my
Adding yet.
Yet. Yes.
hadn't yet. Exactly. If you need to know my answer, it's Tartu, Estonia,
Ooh.
2018. I think that's almost on the exact opposite side of the planet.
They have conventions in
They have the whole. I believe the whole Baltic states are very friends with each other, so they even sponsor each other, and they have like free transit among countries. So it's like a one big country where you can go to any convention of the neighboring country or the local one. Their Comic Con takes place in Lithuania, but Estonians and Latvians go there anyway.
That's cool.
I seem to know a lot about a country I am not living in. But it would be nice living in Northern Europe. They have winter. They have snow.
That's
You
true.
know, I was surprised when I lived in Qatar for some months. I found a cosplay group. I never had the opportunity to cosplay in there, but I met them and I'm still friends with them. And I never thought that people from a culture as different as ours were like still into this. And it was a huge surprise to see them. They have, of course, like a lot of limits, like not showing too much skin and stuff like that, but they still do it. And some of them even they wear, instead of a wig, they wear like I forgot the name of this thing that they cover their hair with the
Oh, a
color
cape.
of the with the color of the No, I mean instead of a wig, they used.
What's it called? A G-hop? Is that
I
it?
think so. Yes, and they use it like the color of the characters' hair.
Oh, I've seen those. They're so pretty.
Yes.
Oh,
And for me, it was like, wow, well, I don't know, so nice to see that it's like so worthwhile.
cool.
So once again, cosplay unites the nations.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Where did I? Oh, I skipped the 10th question of yes and no. Yeah, well, this is the nature of this show. I mean, if you dig down on the very first pictures of my Instagram, you'll notice that they're not cosplay pictures. They're travel pictures. When I used to have a travel blog and I had my freedom to go to Germany, Denmark, Switzerland, whatever, I posted pictures there. And since I haven't been able to in a long time, I decided to ask my fellow cosplayers about their adventures abroad. That's why I'm asking these types of questions. It's just nice to travel, and if you haven't, you should. Not for business. A friend of mine has only traveled for business, and he misses all the fun. He only goes and is taken from places on private cars, so he doesn't even go to the street, doesn't go shopping, nothing. He only stays at the office, at the hotel, and that's it.
That's not the same.
No,
That's not
you're
the
missing
same.
all the fun stuff.
Mhm.
But I think some people enjoy that. Like
Yeah,
they
I do
have
think
these,
some do that.
yes, like these adventurous spirit. So they prefer like the more boring stuff.
Better than nothing, right?
Well, I guess.
Yeah, I guess as well. Hiccup, you were in the Netherlands, right? What's the
Yes.
funniest thing you remember during your stay in the Netherlands?
We actually left the convention for a little while to go out and find some food. And one of the locals were like, "Oh, you're just nice to meet you. It's so good to see you." And they're really, really nice. And I'm just sitting there like, you have no idea where the geeks coming around, do you? And at the same moment, there's this duck just randomly running around. And I really, really love animals. So I was like, duck. And this guy's just standing there talking to me, being really friendly, trying to sell his stuff. And I'm just gone. My friends had so much fun with that.
Athene, you were in Germany. What's the funniest thing you remember during your stay in Germany?
Well, that stay in particular in Leipzig, I mean, the convention itself was pretty amazing to me because in Switzerland back in the day, we didn't really have conventions in that like size, and it's a book fair, but it was a convention, so it was like crazy mixture. And then we had these group pictures of the Nintendo characters, and I have never had this before, like so many people gathering for a random group picture. It wasn't planned or anything. We just happened to be so many Nintendo cosplayers there, and it just happened, and everyone was there having fun, and it was amazing, and that was super fun.
And they even called me with my broken German, barely understanding the guy dressed as Little Mac, calling me to the group.
But the pictures were great, and
Mhm.
we had these like 2 rows of like Smash Bros kind of lineup, and it was
Two
fun.
teams against each other.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep those pictures. Okay, Diani hasn't traveled for cosplay purposes, so I'm going for the next question. In my case, the funniest thing that happened, I believe it was in Denmark. When I entered the cosplay contest, before going up to the stage, we had to go to the small room where the judges are. And I believe that the Danish judge, Rinaka,
Yeah.
she was the nicest of the three, so I remember her the most. But okay, I was dressed as Falco from Smash Bros.
I remember that.
I was showing my costume. What I remembered that, okay, yes, this is made of this thing, and this is like that, and whatever. And Falco is holding a reflector on his hip. And then I was showing the reflector. Yeah. So I don't really use lights or electronics. So instead, I just put a jelly on the center, and then I was continuing. But Rinaka was like, "Wait, is that a jelly?" Yes. Can you take it out? Okay. Fortunately, it's not glued or anything, and see, the label's still here. And she was like, "Oh my God, it's actual jelly! You can eat it!"
It's basically Danish cosplayers in a nutshell. Can we put stupid stuff in our cosplays? We will do it. And we love it when other people do it too.
Gotta be
Nice.
creative.
Exactly.
And I was like, "Yeah, I can eat it in case of emergency, I guess."
In case the food was bad.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, I remember that convention. You came up to me and I had forgotten we had actually planned to meet. So I was like, "Who are you? Wait a minute, there you are."
I remember it differently, but it was like 30 seconds I was with you.
It was very short, yeah. I think it was on the way to the in between the artist alley and one of the other rooms we met.
Yeah.
Because we never really planned where to meet up. We just said, "Oh, J-PopCon, that's a good idea." It's not a giant area at all.
That was the same way that I met my German friends that for some reason, I got no reply from them. I was expecting one of them to be here. But she had warned me. She only uses internet at work. So she has an aversion to technology. So I understand that.
Oh.
This is another thing I was showing Rinaka. This visor is made of a plastic bottle, a 7-Up bottle that's already green, so I just cut it out.
Good idea.
My Falco is full of recycled material.
I love it.
Good.
Amazing.
And this is an actual headset, a broken headset that a friend of mine donated to the cause. And that brings me to my next question. Have you ever invested in a cosplay element that was just for the LOLs? As an inside joke, maybe?
I have a few.
Tell us.
Well, the most recent thing I added to a cosplay was actually a sweater. And that was for my Xiao cosplay because his English voice actor had made this joke about being Xiao's mom, where she at the end just screams that you don't even have sleeves. So I wore a sweater over my cosplay just to see how many people would get the joke.
Athene?
I don't remember. No, I don't think I've done that. Unfortunately,
No.
no
Diani?
LOL.
Me neither. I'm thinking about it, but no, I think we haven't.
I know Diani already knows the story, but I'm gonna tell you again because the two of you don't. I have like 3 examples around here of me spending money on cosplay elements just for the LOLs. Back in 2015, there was a Marvel Expo, and I don't have any Marvel characters to cosplay. Still now, I don't have any Marvel comics or movies or whatever for cosplay. So, but I was sure that there was gonna be X-Men cosplayers. So what did I do? The day before, I went to the mall and have this shirt printed. Then I arrived at the convention with a sign that said, "No more mutants."
I guess he was dressed like a mutant.
She was Phoenix from X-Men.
So we have a picture of him holding the board, and I was like, please. We have to show them the picture. It was so good.
Another example, the most recent one, I have a crossplay of Tracer from Overwatch with the skin of the graffiti, where she is wearing the paint mask. But she has a winning pose where, as a typical British, she is drinking tea. But what if she is wearing the skin with the mask? She appears like this when the team wins.
Great.
Oh dear, I just remembered about one. It's not so much a thing I added, it was a thing I did. Do you guys know Disney's version of Big Hero 6?
The movie.
The movie, yes.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
I cosplayed Tadashi,
Oh.
Oh.
and I met a hero cosplayer who wanted pictures, and I didn't know what to do, so I just threw myself on the floor.
No way.
As a typical Uncle Ben cosplay.
Yes.
You know, I love the fact that you enjoy cosplaying so much. Like, you seriously enjoy it. And I don't know, do all those stuff, even though, I don't know, like, you seriously enjoy being the character. Or that's like the vibe I get from you. And I think it's awesome. Like,
Aw.
it inspired me. No, both
Yeah.
of you have inspired me for my cosplays.
But yeah, I think I sometimes take it way too serious, and it's so much more about the fun. But then even when I thought about this story with the wig, I didn't have a wig, so I dyed my hair. I mean, whatever. It's about having fun, right? And
Yeah.
for me, that was like, oh no, I didn't have a wig. It's so unauthentic. But who cares? So I just realized this now. It's
I have a funny story. When I was cosplaying to be, I couldn't see, right? So she has like her eyes covered. And I went with a group of friends. They don't cosplay, but they are into video games and anime and all that stuff. But they were so tired of me stopping every 5 minutes. So people was like, hey, picture, picture. So they hold me and I couldn't see. And they were like, no more pictures with her. And I was like, what's going on? And then one of them held me and he was like, we are crossing the street. And I was like, my own friends are kidnapping me and I don't know where they're taking me because they were hungry and they wanted to eat. And I was like, yes, pictures everywhere.
Oh.
And when I was like, they removed my headbangs, I was already like seated and just about to eat. And I was like, guys, come on. Like, my idea was to be there taking pictures, not here eating, but okay. So I think it's one of the silliest things that has happened to me.
Magically out and eating.
Yes, I'm like, I was having fun taking pictures, but okay. Oh, you know where we went? Diamonds to the famous McDonald's in front of the stadium.
Why is that famous?
Because all the cosplayers go there to eat their lunch. Their event.
I love those moments where you can just see like this rainbow array of people just walking around.
And then it's just like, hey, look at that raider ordering for a cheeseburger. And people not wearing cosplay take pictures of all like.
Absolutely, they do.
I was only there once and I didn't order anything.
Oh.
Call me picky, but I don't eat that.
Me neither, but when you're hungry, you just eat.
Okay, that's true. No, yes, many events have taken place at our national stadium, but I've gone to very few at that location. So it's not that famous as Diani makes it sound.
It is. He's just trying to be hipster. No, I'm kidding.
Hiccup, can you tell me why does water get people wet?
I'm going to be answering that with another question. Are bones wet?
Like the interrogation
an
mark.
excellent
on his head.
I'm gonna go with yes.
Then I'm going to go with yes too.
Makes sense. In some planets, it'll make sense. Athene, can you tell me what's the importance of mustard in a cabbage cake covered in chocolate?
That's a lot of mixed together ingredients. But mustard is crucial. So you can't just leave it out. It's an ingredient for life.
And when should I apply it? At the end?
In the beginning and at the end.
So I need a lot.
Yes.
Okay, makes sense. So I'll need to postpone the plan of baking a cabbage cake.
Cabbage cake.
Diani,
Yes.
can you tell me how does a rock get rid of its bad breath?
I mean, well, depends of how you look at it, because sometimes it rains and actually the stones, like the earth gets wet and it starts to smell weird. So somehow a stone can have a bad breath. Breathing, I don't know. I'm just trying to make sense into your question.
You're going to have to ask the rock.
Next time I'll be asking the rock. One question for all of you. Have you ever been mistaken by another cosplayer?
As being another cosplayer or what?
Either way, either being another cosplayer or another character.
I can't say that I have. I have outside of cosplay, but that mostly because people. My old haircut was very similar to Hiccup from How to Train Your Dragon in the first movie, and I have eyebrows. So a lot of people were like, "Have you seen this movie? Because there's this character that kind of looks like you. Is that why you're called Hiccup?" I was like, "No."
Also,
That happened to me.
Your nickname was before you cosplayed Hiccup, so it's not related to him. Or yes?
I was called Hiccup before How to Train Your Dragon came out.
Oh.
It's actually my nickname for because, well, I have this condition where I just start hiccuping randomly. I don't notice that, but other people do, and they just started being like, "Hiccup, Hiccup," and I started reacting to it. So yeah.
And then you cosplayed Hiccup.
And then I cosplayed Hiccup.
Good, I got it.
It was destiny.
Yes.
No, that happened to me. I was, it was night already. I was at the changing room.
Ooh.
During the day, I was cosplaying Mr. 47 from Hitman. And then I switched to my normal street clothes. I was ready to leave. But exiting the changing room, I encountered another cosplayer who was in line for the changing room as well, and he told me, you really look like the guy from Hitman. You should cosplay him.
That's pretty cool, though.
And did you hit him?
Yes, actually. Remember 2016?
Of course, I remember 2016. I
Then
still have nightmares for it.
It sounds so true.
What happened?
We
Used
want
to
to
hit
know.
people with a spoon. He was walking all over the event with a spoon, hitting people.
No. I'm not talking about the spoon. I'm not talking about the spoon.
Then what happened in 2016?
National Auditorium Children's Museum, Cos Party 2016. Remember Byron?
Oh, of course, I remember him. Yes.
He was the guy who told me that. And then he, in Cos Party 2016, he got into the cosplay contest. He was dressed as one of those Pokemon that fight Hitmonchan, the one that boxes.
Oh.
And he asked for my help during his show. He just placed a paper mask on my face with the face of Hitmonlee, the one that kicks. So I had my merry way kicking the hell out of Byron. It looked like a WWE fight.
I don't remember seeing that, but sounds hilarious.
It was.
Wow.
It was enjoyable.
Manny has like this dream of not being recognized in the events, so he usually always covers his face. And the first time that I didn't recognize him was like 2 years ago when he was dressed as Tracer. And then he sent me a message like, "You made my dream come true." And they were like, "Oh, it was you all along." Because I was talking with him like, "Yeah, I don't know who you are." And he didn't speak. So I didn't find out till the end of the event. So
Well, that makes it kind of hard if it doesn't speak at the same time.
yes, and he was just staring at you like, and I'm like, "Okay, I know you because you wouldn't be looking at me like that if you didn't." But he
I winked
didn't
at
say
you.
a word. What?
I winked at you.
Yes, but it took you like 6 years.
That's a
What
long
can I
wink.
say?
Oh no.
What can I say, Diana? I'm a shy guy, remember?
Sure, yes, sir, you are.
What was the last question I asked you?
About me being.
Have you ever been mistaken by another cosplayer?
Yeah, that one.
Anyone else besides Hiccup?
Not for another cosplayer, but someone thought I'm an actual police officer because I was
damn.
wearing this Zootopia, Judy Hopps
Oh.
in a human version, and I tried to make it realistic as possible. So I had it wasn't a real uniform or anything. It was just blue, and I had these police tags and walkie-talkie, and I was standing in front of the convention hall door, and someone asked me a question about, but somehow thinking I was part of the police.
Oh my god!
Oh no!
So I guess that's a compliment because it looked like
It looked too real.
Nailed it!
I'm sorry, I'm just a cosplayer. Yeah, it's something.
I have a countless amount of adventures while wearing my 47 costume, since it's just a suit and tie, and I have to have this mean look and be all serious. People have mistaken me as guests for a graduation party that it just happened to take place at the same venue as a cosplay festival. So they were even gonna let me in for free because I
Free
wasn't going
food?
to the.
Not bad.
Cool.
Then I was.
First thing, rate the fridge.
There are many more, but that's the one I remember the most. And in my case, mm, when I was dressed as Falco, some guy approached me and said, "I want a picture with Captain Falcon," and I was like, "I'm not
No
Captain
way.
Falcon." What do you mean? Then who are you? Falco. And what did I say? Captain Falcon. And how is it? Falco. And what did I say? Captain Falcon. And how is it? Falco.
Oh. So
That
That can be a
close.
long conversation.
It was.
And I bet he didn't understood. He was like, "Yeah, sure, let's just take the picture."
Something like that. Speaking of fictional characters, who do you think is the best fictional cosplayer you can think of? For example, Superman can hide his identity just by changing his haircut, his hairdo. Or Mr. 47 just by changing his clothes, he
Oh,
can be.
Mystique from X-Men. Like that girl can just become anyone just by touching.
That's a good one, yeah.
I was
Mhm.
thinking of her. Yeah.
No wonder you have made a X-Men cosplay. Any other candidates? I'm gonna go with no.
Yeah, I can't really think of one right now.
Mystique is the epitome.
Yeah, it's the top one, yeah.
Can't go much better. than that.
Fair enough. What's the weirdest thing you remember having been told while cosplaying?
Someone asked me once to kiss them. I was dressed as Jack Frost,
Oh,
and this random girl just came over with her mom, asking me to kiss her.
I mean, can't blame her. It's Jack Frost. I'm kidding. No, but
I was really taken aback at that. I mean, seriously, it was just like, "Hi, no,
but
can I
yes,
go now?"
something like that.
That was very random.
Some people, I don't know what they're
Mhm.
thinking.
I have no idea, especially because the mom was right there standing beside her, and she was like, "Yeah, that sounds
And the
like a
mom
nice
like,
idea."
yes, kiss her.
Exactly.
Come on, like it's closer.
Diani?
Me, well, weird. I think I cannot go that much into the weird if I not go like deep into the maybe huge harassment that some cosplayers may have. But once I was like in the stairs, happily in the stairs, and I saw like this guy, he was a teenager. And when I look at that, he was like this with his cell phone trying to take a picture under my skirt. And I just picked his phone and I was so mad. I was going to throw it into the stairs. But I mean, I'm sure he didn't even thought I was going to react or see him. And he was like so white, and he was like, I'm sorry, could I delete the picture? And I was like, yes, sir. And I got
Yeah.
so mad, and I continued the rest of the event angry and so frustrated, and I was like, I'm gonna cry. I'm so angry. And I think that's like the most fucked up things that have happened to me wearing a cosplay. Like it was so annoying. Like Jesus. Sorry, I'm getting mad. Okay.
That's
But well done
funny.
with the phone.
Yes, I didn't throw it almost, but Jesus Christ.
I would have just yeeted that thing.
I didn't want it to risk and have to pay it then. So
That makes
Hmm.
sense.
How about you, Athene?
For me, the weird things are also going into that direction. So like shady.
Mhm.
it happens a lot. Yes.
Yeah, unfortunately. And one thing that was also a bit weird, it was some years ago, I was wearing, with the colleague, we were being slave Leia. I mean, that's really revealing, and I decided to never wear that again. But someone asked me, like a woman asked me if, she asked me like, aren't you ashamed? Like, aren't you, how do you dare to wear that? And I mean, there were other cosplayers who even had less clothes on. And then later on, her friend asked me if I sell the costume, if it's for sale or something. So like, I'm so confused. What do you want? That was pretty weird. So
Yes.
Yeah, I usually try not to go that way during this show.
I
It's
know,
in that.
that's why I said like if I wanted to share something I should go
Mhm.
like to the harassment part, but it's a reality, not a nice one, but
You may have noticed that I haven't asked personal questions, and I don't really care about your opinions. I'm not that typical interviewer that's going to ask you, what do you prefer, Marvel or DC? No,
yeah, classic.
because I don't care about that.
yes.
Or how much do you make by cosplaying? Or how many prizes have you won? I don't care about that. This is purely for my own entertainment. I'm
Good,
not
good.
being sponsored, or I don't have a script given by someone else. Um, but every now and then, the very guests come to that topic, so I let them vent, but it's not part of my questions.
Don't worry, I mean nothing wrong about it.
No, no. I may I may tell you, once I was dressed as a shy guy from Mario again, and this teenager, she wasn't beyond 15. Okay, before that, we were at that day we had a show on the stage, so we were practicing outside. I had brought a small speaker made of aluminum for to play our music while we were practicing, and then I stored it on my back pocket, and I went my merry way to the festival and all that. So then this teenager showed up, and she slapped me on the butt, but what she hit was my speaker. So she got angry at me, and she said, "What do you have in there that you don't let anyone hit you? You don't let anyone slap you."
Okay. What?
She just woke up that day and chose violence.
Let me slap. I don't know what.
And then getting mad for. Wow.
And again, I was dressed as a shy guy. I was totally covered in red. I was wearing a mask.
You know something funny? If you probably dress as a shy guy nowadays, people will be like, "Hey, look, it's a guy from the Squid Game."
Oh no, you're right.
It's red, so.
Okay, let me remind me not to wear the shy guy again for at least a couple of years. I had a really good question that I have it in the Spanish version, but I should have translated it. Uh, uh-huh. Have you ever arrived at a convention and found a cosplay you wouldn't have thought someone would even conceive to do and let you impact it? and you cannot forget.
Yes. I honestly don't even remember which was the character. I know the person. It was Wheel, the famous Wheel. And it was like in my second event. I didn't even start at cosplaying, but I was like breathless, like, and I took like thousands of pictures about it. And it was one of the reasons that I started cosplaying. Like, wow, that's so cool. I want to be like them.
So you were inspired by Will.
By many of them, yes. I seek for inspiration.
Anyone else?
Well, I don't. It isn't the biggest cosplay ever, if you look at
doesn't
it
have to be.
from that. But one thing I always wanted to see was my dream cosplay to see someone do was Merlin from Disney's version of Sword in the Stone. And I just walked around for so long saying, I really want to see someone do this. If they don't, I have to do it. And the next convention, seriously, the next convention, I walk up there and there's this guy just dancing around as Merlin. And I was sold.
That's cool. It's not super famous anymore, right? So
It's not really, no.
Yeah,
People were
so-
like, oh, that's a guy with a very long beard. Okay, that's weird. And I was just like, yes, this is the best day ever.
She's passionate.
Very.
Yeah, I think for me it was also something I always wanted to. Actually, I wanted to do that. Do you know Darksiders? The second Darksiders, and there's Uriel. I think that's her name. She has these huge wings, so she's an angel, but her wings are super big, like they don't fit in a room. And I always thought I'm gonna do that someday, but then when I looked at it, there's just too many obstacles and it's impossible. So I decided for myself, that's impossible. No one will ever do that anyway. It's impossible for anyone. And then also 2 years later, someone was really cosplaying Uriel with 2 meter or 3 meter wings. And I don't know how her back managed, like, how could she do that? I have no idea. It's a miracle, but that really inspired me. And I thought, hey, if you think it's impossible, it's probably not. Just try it. Just give it a go.
Have you played Guilty Gear?
I haven't.
No.
It sounds very familiar.
It's a fighting game, and there's a girl that has like a demon and an angel with her, and it's one of my dream cosplays, but just creating a devil and an angel, it sounds so complicated, and I don't even know like where to start. But it's like in my to-do cosplay list.
Not symmetrical, so you need to check your balance.
I'll be like this.
You just need a person on each side holding you.
Hey, that's not a bad idea.
Well, that would be cool. I want to see
Yes,
that.
actually, it is a nice idea. Yes.
Yeah, and if you tell me that you go up to the stage, I'll dress all in black and be holding your wings.
Would you like to be my demo?
The stage ninja.
A stage ninja, yeah. I already got that costume. I mean, if you picture my Cyrax cosplay without the yellow armor, you get a stage ninja.
Basically, yeah.
I'll have it in mind. Let's talk business.
How do we do this?
Hiccup, can you tell me how can I get the square root of a tree?
The square root of a tree? Well, you're gonna need a heck of a lot of time and a nail file.
Yeah, that sounds like a heck of a lot of time.
Yeah, I mean, if you have to go to the square root of the tree, you're gonna have to go down, find one of the nice roots, and file it down to a nice square.
She got a point.
10 years later.
Oh yeah.
I know that I have that lifetime of a god, but I still would need a slave for that. Mm,
Well,
Diani?
Diamonds. Ladies, I think I need to start leaving this meeting soon. So I wanted to say that it was a huge pleasure to meet you both. It's because I thought this started at 12, but it started 1. So,
Oh,
Yeah, I got
yes,
confused as well.
yes,
Sorry
I
about that.
I know. So,
it was
yes,
very
it was a
nice
huge
meeting you.
pleasure. Of course, I'm gonna search for you too on Instagram and
Yeah.
hope
Yeah,
we
Let's
can
stay in touch.
talk again like this.
let's be friends.
Of course, best friends forever. Bye, Diamonds.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
I just noticed that we are already 1 hour into the show. So I consider this a huge success. It's time for a celebration.
Oh, wait,
Cheers
let
for
me-
everyone.
Cheers.
Let me get my kazoo.
Wait, I have some water here.
I
Yay.
also have some water here.
Okay.
Who has like sparkles?
Fanfare.
Woohoo!
That's
Bye.
pretty cool.
Bye, Diana.
See ya.
No, I really didn't know what to expect of this episode. I had never done this in a language that's not my own, with people that are not my friends.
Are we
Before
not friends?
I mean, before the no, we're enemies. We're mortal enemies. Before the pandemic, this is a representation of what we usually do after a festival or a convention. Since we live in a small country, so most of the events take place in a very close area from each other. Then most of the cosplay community knows each other. Then we go together in group to a restaurant and continue talking about the event there. And since we were separated involuntarily, I came up with the idea to start this show. This is episode 9, so it started 8 months ago. I know that 2 of you have already gone to conventions this year, but we still haven't had any. The health ministry hasn't given any permissions yet to open any public events.
Mm.
So I continue making this show. This was as I announced to you, this was an experiment. I'm glad this has been this has had a successful outcome.
They're fun too, so
Super
it's nice.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah, so I might continue to do this with other cosplayers from different countries. And of course, it's valid to repeat. So if any of you is available and wants to come again, you're more than welcome.
Absolutely.
Would be cool. Always.
Hiccup, you still need to be my tour guide next time I go to Denmark.
Yeah, next time let's meet for more than like 3 seconds. That would be really nice.
Yeah, still don't know when that's going to happen.
Yeah, it might take a while.
Yeah, but I still keep that in mind. I went 1 entire week to Copenhagen, but I was not able to explore the whole city, to go to every place. I know I missed some spots, and it's not necessary to go to Copenhagen for me. It could be anywhere, but
You can come out where I am. It's the middle of nowhere. We have a tree over there and a tree over there.
Sounds good. I want to see
If
that.
you're lucky, there might be grass.
no, I told you that I went to Estonia, right? That was my first time traveling with friends, and I was all worried I was like, since I was the only one who had already gone to Europe, I didn't want them to, I mean, to get bored or to feel like it was a waste of a trip. So I was looking near the places we were staying, things to do, places to go, and I was so over worried. And when we already were there, one of my friends told me, let's just go outside and see where we can go by just walking. Okay. He was happy with that.
Why not?
And yeah, we made a connection in Switzerland. We were in a small town in the middle of the forest called Elk.
Okay, I don't even
And
know where that is.
it's closer to Winterthur than it is to Zurich, but that's all
Okay.
the reference that I have in mind. The point is that that's where he told me that, and since out there was just fields and farms and literally in the middle of nowhere. So we were just having fun because we were away from the city. We were just exploring the forest, see where we could end up. We weren't even invading private property, which
Okay.
in Germany I got concerned about that because there's a lot of fences, and at some point you see that the road ends, but you can continue by walking, and you're like, oh, may I follow that path? There's no one watching that path. I crossed the border to Denmark, and nobody stopped me. Nobody asked for my passport, and I was like, am I?
We're very introverted. We don't want to talk to people.
Good to know. I even saw a police car, and I thought the cops saw me, but they let me pass.
Lucky. I can't even pass a police car. They always have to put me over to the side and check everything. They don't think I'm old enough to drive.
Okay.
They're like, you're only 15, aren't you? I'm sitting there like I'm closer to 30.
Okay, what
Tell
made
me your secret for eternal youth.
I have no idea.
You
I wanna
feed
know.
off the souls of the innocent. You drink a virgin
How did you
blood.
know?
I'm only making conjectures. We already got off the topic of cosplay and even
Yeah, we did.
off the topic of surreal questions, which I had already asked you. What was the square root of a tree?
Yeah.
Athene, to make things even, one question for you. How can you tell whether Australia is real and the Australians aren't paid actors?
Yeah, how? You never know. I've never been there. I don't know anyone who's been there.
Well, you do
So-
now?
So it might exist. It might just be an imaginary space like Narnia. How do you know? Book a plane ticket and see where you end up. Then you
Yeah.
know if it's real.
Make sure to pick a window seat.
Yes, so and stay awake. Don't fall asleep. Make sure you see where you're going.
That makes it kind of difficult.
Yeah, it's a
Just
long
going
trip.
around while they change the settings.
Oh yeah, it's like the Mars or the moon landing. It's just
Yeah.
just green screen and actors and
And cardboard figures in the front.
yeah. It might be the same with Australia. No one knows.
Nobody knows.
It's a
Or
good
nobody
question.
tell me.
But my aunt lives there, so Maybe she's just still in Switzerland sending us this unique fake.
She's hiding. She doesn't want to see you.
Like 3 hours from here on the phone. Yeah, it's so nice here and it's warm.
You don't need to come.
Don't visit us. It's expensive. I haven't cleaned up yet, so now it makes all sense.
One last question for you, for the both of you. If you could choose one person you would think who would accept being on this show, who would it be?
Like from our own country or just in general?
Anywhere on the planet.
Anywhere on the planet. Well, I actually have a few people I think would find it funny to be here.
Can you name one? Or even better, send me their contact?
I can send you the contract. Yeah, I can. But oh, what's her cosplay name? Oh my gosh. That annoying moment when you know who you're talking about, but you can't remember the alias online. Oh, what the heck is it? Oh, shoot, I can't remember. Oh, this is embarrassing.
It's normal.
I'll give you some time while I ask the same question to Athene.
I have a friend, her nickname is Neko Yona, and she loves talking, and she always mentioned how she misses the since Corona and the pandemic, she didn't have the opportunity to do everything you said before, after the convention. You sit and you eat and you talk, and this is the place, so she would love to be here.
Keep in mind that this show is recorded on YouTube, so you may watch it anytime or show it to anyone you see might be interested.
Will do.
Have you remembered Hiccup?
I am trying to make my computer work because I'm gonna cheat.
It's valid. This is not a job
works.
interview. I'm not gonna ask you how do you see yourself in 5 years.
Probably still searching. Oh, Plum Kid cosplay. Found it.
Okay.
She's a really, really nice girl. Always smiling. And,
Just like you.
Yeah, thank you. And she has a really great humor and everything. And she's a really nice person. I think she would love to be here.
Is she Danish?
She's very Danish, yes.
No, I'm asking because when I was there, I went all alone, all by myself. When I was on the line for picking up my stuff before going back home, behind me there was this girl who started talking to me, and she was a very nice girl. What was the first thing she told me? Okay, maybe I was just tired. It was nighttime. I wanted to. The day had been already over, but she told me, "Smile, you're a J-pop con."
Oh. Oh, we had a year with that entirely, yes.
I see.
The year afterwards, it was drink water or die.
Oh, God.
Then, we walked together to the train station, and when we each took our respective trains, I had just met her, so I don't know how common it is to greet or say goodbye in Denmark, here in Costa Rica, at least before the pandemic. And if you're a girl, we come close and give you a kiss and then make part ways. If I know if you're Japanese, you just bow and don't touch them in any way. But I didn't know how they acted in Denmark, so I was just like, okay, nice to meet you, and I extended my hand, and she was like, no, come here.
You've been accepted.
That's nice.
She was nice.
Often when we say goodbye, it's like with a handshake at a distance. But if it's people we trust or like, it can be a hug.
Mhm.
So you got accepted.
Good to know.
You did something right.
If I could remember what.
You will never
Everything.
know.
Okay, let's do this. You may stay on the backstage if you have some time, but I'm gonna end the transmission now. This is the content I had, and we are short of 2 guests, so this episode turned out to be shorter than my normal episodes. For now, remember, everything is relative except that which is absolute. In that case, it would be absolutely relative. I'll see you in the future. You'll see me in the past.